It's been over 2 years since the changes to high-class capital escalations. I'm amazed that people haven't worked out and embraced a good dread meta for site running in C5 space. Surely there are people who have figured it out privately, but I have yet to see anything substantial posted in public. Instead, it's far more common to run into people running sites with battleships enroaching the drifters with their citadels. Meanwhile, those that use dreads are constantly refitting and simply take forever. My mind was further blown about a month ago when we came across wholesale running home sites. They were using 6 blinged out dreads and a Rourke, yet were still 3 to 4 cycling the sites. Until we put them down. Incredible. So, rather than simply scoff, I've finally decided to make a method available for everyone. For this method, you and your friends, if you have any, need at least 3 dread pilots and a scanner. I did all of my testing with nags, which are the cheapest, but any turret dread should be fine. You can fit your dreads like this. They can run all of the C5 sites of interest and are intended to be cheap and disposable. High class is pretty dead these days, and it's unlikely that anyone with competent tackle will even roll into you. If you do get tackled and can't escape, you will die. But after insurance, losing a fleet of nags will only cost you 4 to 5 bill, which you can easily make in a single session. Quick disclaimer, I only spent about 6 hours to figure all this out, and some of my recordings were from the very first attempts. So, I'm sure that this could be optimized even better. Regardless, this method can net to 4 times the ISK per hour when compared to battleship farming without excessive risk. This method works with 6 of the 8 sites found in C5 space. You can still technically run the scannable relic sites, but they take forever and demonstrations aren't included here. For each of the sites, the main site plus the Avenger escalation can be cleared in a single cycle. For the green combat anomalies, the drifter is killed on the second cycle or can be set free into your system to be killed by a citadel or another dread. In order to one-cycle the main site, you need to make appropriate bookmarks for each. Visuals have been included at the start of the video for each site. By warping your dreads to these positions, you will be able to use capital guns on many of the battleships as they burn away from you with low transversal prior to reaching orbit. To avoid bumping, set one of each of your dreads default warp to 0, 1000 meters, and 2000 meters. Warp each dread to the site bookmark individually. This way, they don't enter the same warp tunnel and have a low chance of bumping in the site. When you land, double-click backwards and then control space so that your dreads will be near 0 velocity before you enter siege. The name of the game is then to blitz all of the triggers and keep your DPS up. The spawns and triggers can be found by googling Ricky's Guide or Car's modified version of it. This video contains the points of view of the 2 capital gun dreads. There is also a HAW dread off screen that is shooting the cruisers and any battleships that make orbit before they can be blamped with capital guns. When the drifter structure comes loose, you can either refit points onto your dreads and kill it in sight or let it loose to be killed by something else. By running sites in this way you can clear 4 to 5 green sites per hour. That's 2 to 3 billion ISK per hour plus a bit of prep time. That's right, you're making ISK at more than twice the rate that you would with multiple battleship setups. And since your dreads are cheap, disposable, and all 3 can fit through a high-class wormhole, you have the option to ride the C5 highway and run sites to your heart's content. Alternatively, if you're a stay-at-home kinda guy, setting free the drifters and incorporating a 4th dread to chase it down means that you are effectively one-cycling everything. That pushes your income levels to over 4 bill per hour. Incredible. Remind me again how long that would take you in Rattlesnakes. What you see in the video can be done in vanilla C5s or in any wormhole effect. Most effects will have little impact on your site running. Red giants and black holes will be slightly more or less convenient but will ultimately be very similar to a vanilla. Pulsars and Wolfrats make the experience easier for their respective tank types but untenable for the opposing tank variants. Cataclysmic variables are runnable but require refitting from Capregan to more tank and will generally be a bit more annoying to run. Magnetars are their own beast and one effect that I haven't tested. It is probably possible to one-cycle the green sites but dreads will probably need to refit their tracking schemes and use faction webs. At this point I'm basically out of meaningful shit to say. The videos for the remaining sites follow. You can watch them to figure out how to run the sites. If you have questions you can try to reach me on Reddit or TweetFleet. As I mentioned at the start, this method works and is big money, but I've only put a handful of hours into testing it. If someone spent the time to optimize it, I'm sure they'd find out how to proper one-cycle magnetor sites and could probably figure out how to entirely one-cycle the ORUs and quarantine sites in any effect as well. So go on. Use your dreads. Let's make wormholes great again. P.S. Mark, if you are watching this, you should, definitely come back to the game, man.
Well, I don't need no 9mm Glock. These hands are deadly guns from smoking and drinking. Being a thug, I sip Hypnotic from a coffee mug, and I keep a healthy state of mind. I only drink and drive at night. I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu. I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you. I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu. I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you. And I'm coming to see you all the time. I got a bottle of cheap jug wine, pop some pills and make some love and try to recline. And I like to drive into the sun. I like it when you're sitting, gun my singles on is #1. I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu. I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you. I know karate, I got some mojo and holding hands ain't something I do, that's true. I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu. I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you. See you, see you, see you. This girl asked me if she's the only one. I gotta be blunt, I say hell yeah. This girl asked me if she's the only one. I gotta be blunt, I say hell yeah. This girl asked me if she's the only one, and I gotta be blunt, I say hell yeah. Well, my best girl asked me if she's the only one. I gotta be blunt, I say, what do you say? I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu. I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you. I know karate, I got some mojo and holding hands ain't something I do, that's true. I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu. I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you. I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu. I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you.
I hold on so nervously to me and my drink. I wish it was cooling me, but so far has not been good. It's been shitty, and I feel awkward as I should. This club has got to be the most pretentious thing since I thought you and me. Well, I am imagining a dark lit place, or your place, or my place. Well, I'm not paralyzed, but I seem to be struck by you. I wanna make you move because you're standing still. If your body matches what your eyes can do, you'll probably move right through me on my way to you. I hold out for one more drink before I think I'm looking too desperately, but so far has not been fun. I should just